What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Evil Bong 2 King Bong, which is also known as Evil Bong 2 Devil's Harvest. So I've reviewed a couple Evil Bong movies on the channel, and 420 is right around the corner, so I thought I'll get a little festive with it and try to knock out a couple more Evil Bong movies. My history with this series, I've probably said this in my other videos related to the series. I've seen all of them, and even though I don't like all the movies in the franchise, I am a fan of the Evil Bong franchise. I think they're just fun, funny, silly, crazy movies, and they come to us from Charles Band and Full Moon Features. They make a lot of cool stuff. Trancers, Killjoy, the Puppet Master films. I haven't seen all the Puppet Master films. I've only seen the first three, but I don't know. I like Full Moon Features. They make some cool stuff in my opinion, and it's pretty awesome that they're still doing their thing. So shouts out to Full Moon Features. But anyways, let me get into my overall opinion. And you know what? I was a fan of this one. I thought it was funny. It was funny, and it was a fun time. And something that was also enjoyable about this, since I've seen every movie in the franchise, in the later entries, all of the main characters don't return. In this one, you have all the main characters except Alistair is played by a different actor, but I thought the new guy was pretty good. So yeah, in the later entries, the only returning characters you have are Larnell and Rabbit, and then Luann. And Larnell, I believe, if I recall correctly, he's not even in like the last couple ones. He's in the last one, but I think the last couple ones, like 6 and 7, I think it's just Rabbit. So it was cool to, see all the original characters, and I thought it was a good follow-up to the first one. So yeah, I liked it. Now I'm going to get into the plot summary for you all. So like I said, you got the returning cast of characters. Alistair comes through to see Larnell, Brett, and Bachman. They're staying in this crusty, decrepit apartment, and Alistair comes to realize that Larnell, Brett, and Bachman are having these exaggerated weed side effects since they, smoked from EB, the Evil Bong. And like basically Brett he's like 300 pounds. He has the munchies like crazy. Bachman is narcoleptic. He's just falling asleep all the time, all day. And Larnell, he has like, what do they say? Like he has like lowered inhibitions, and he has like an increased sex drive, and he's also extremely paranoid. So they have all these terrible side effects, and they want to get to the bottom of it. So they call up Rabbit. Rabbit gives them the backstory of where the Evil Bong came from. It came from the Amazon rainforest. So they go to the rainforest to seek answers, and they find this scientist. Her name's V. Larnell just calls her V. I forgot what her full name is. It's a mouthful. Too many syllables for me. I'm not doing it. But anyways, they meet up with V. She has this like super strain of marijuana that's supposed to it's like has like curative properties. Like you know how like weed has some medicinal benefits. This is like super weed. Like she's trying to cure cancer with it. So she is working with Larnell's grandfather, and they're trying to research this weed. But Larnell's grandfather, he's on some shady stuff. He just wants to sell it and make a bank. And one thing leads to another. They have like little shards of EB, the Evil Bong, that they bring with them. One thing leads to another. EB is resurrected, and her and Rabbit are captured by this tribe of women called the Poontang tribe. It's a great name, and they make several jokes about it, of course, which I mean you got to. And they're captured, and we come to realize that there's this other evil Bong that's even more powerful than EB, called King Bong, and this Bong can not only capture people he can not only capture people's souls, he can capture their entire being. So they're trying to defeat King Bong by basically destroying his chain. Like, he's iced up, he's got several chains going on, and they gotta destroy the chain. It's the source of all his power. I don't know if you all have seen the show Blue Mountain State, but I don't know because in the plot description, of course I watched the movie, but I always read up on the plot description after, just as a refresher, and they're like, whoever wrote the Wikipedia plot description for this movie, they're like, yeah, they have to destroy King Bong's chain. It's the source of all his power. And I was just thinking about the show Blue Mountain State, because there's this one episode where I think they're all tripping on hallucinogens, and the coach, he's like, you have to destroy the pocket pussy. It's the source of all his power. So I mean that was a great episode. That's a great show. If you haven't seen it, Blue Mountain State, 10 out of 10 would recommend. That's on, I think it's still on Tubi. That's a great show. I've seen the entire show 2 times. It's fantastic. But anyways, back into Evil Bong. The main event, the main attraction. So yeah, that's the plot summary. I hope it wasn't too long-winded, but it's a very complex narrative in these Evil Bong movies. It's just so much going on. There's so much depth to it. You really got to take your time and give a very descriptive plot summary. So I have to do it justice. Anyways, my first point that I want to get into is actually just a little story. It's not super interesting, but it just happened the other day, so I thought I would mention it, and it relates to this movie. So we got this new coworker where I work, and one day we were just stocking shelves, doing some little project, and we were just chatting it up, chopping it up, and he brought up the Evil Bong movies, and I got so excited. I was like, you know about these? I've never met anyone else in real life who knows about these movies. I feel like these are obscure movies. There's not even that many reviews of them on YouTube. I feel like this is a niche franchise. Not a lot of people know about it. And he's like, yeah, I really loved the first one. I watched the sequels. They're fun, silly movies. I love them. And I'm like, my man. It was like when he said that, it was like, did we just become best friends? Oh my goodness. I was ecstatic. But anyways, the place where I work, it's basically just not basically, it is. It's just a smoke shop. It's like a chain smoke shop. There's a bunch of locations, and we sell all kinds of crazy products. My manager calls it Vice City, because it's anything that's addictive, we sell it. Anything that'll F you up, we sell it. So anyways, the other day, that same coworker, he's helping out this older gentleman, because this older gentleman wants to buy a bong, and he brings up to him, he's like, that looks like the Evil Bong, and the customer, he looked at him like, what are you talking about? Evil Bong, what the heck is that? Let me just buy my bong and get on with my day. And he was so excited. He's like, it looks like the Evil Bong. And immediately when he said that, I was like, yes, that looks exactly like the Evil Bong. He's like, what's the Evil Bong's name? I'm like, EB. And then we just started chopping it up, and we were telling my other coworker about the franchise, and we're like, oh, it's awesome. You got to check it out. And I was like, Tommy Chong and Bill Moseley are in the first one. And my other coworker that we were telling, she knows Bill Moseley because she's a big Buckethead fan, the musician Buckethead. He has Bill Moseley on some of his songs, and she's been playing Buckethead at work. Like she'll be playing Buckethead albums on repeat. So when I was like, Bill Moseley's in it, Tommy Chong's in it, she's like, yo, I gotta check this out. So, like I said, not a super interesting story, but I mean, if I'm talking about the Evil Bong movies, that happened the other day, I gotta bring it up. So, yeah, there you go. Little fun little story, hopefully. It's not as crazy as some of my other stories. Actually, I don't even say crazy stories on here. So I don't know. I'm boring, but sometimes I like to, chop it up, tell some stories. I'm like tell some campfire stories on here. That's the vibe. But anyways, back into the review. So something that I liked about this movie is I thought it was funny. I'm just gonna go over some funny lines that I liked. So, like I said earlier, Alistair is played by a different actor in this one, and like immediately when he comes through, Larnell's like, Al, you look different. And I don't know, I thought that was funny. It was like real on the nose. Just I don't know. It was kind of like breaking the fourth wall. It was funny. I liked it. And I also mentioned how Larnell, he has like this increased sex drive, and he's just like dry humping everyone, dry humping furniture, all that. He's going crazy. And at one point in the movie, he's like my chode's on fire, bro. I mean, that's a great line. I mean, just referring to your dick as a chode is probably the funniest thing. That's the funniest term for a penis that is out there. Like, my man said, my chode is on fire. I mean, if that doesn't sell you on this movie, I don't know what will. And then there's this whole kind of sexual tension. Not sexual tension, there's this whole kind of chemistry between Larnell and V. Like, V is totally feeling Larnell and he's just oblivious, he doesn't know. And Brett, he's like, yeah, she's totally into you. She's totally giving you the fuck me eyes, bro. I don't know. I like when that term, like the fuck me eyes, and I thought that was a funny line. And then the last line is from the Evil Bong herself, Evie, and she was talking to King Bong, and she's like, "You must be tripping." And just her delivery in all these movies and her lines are so great. Like the Evil Bong herself is really funny. So I thought, she's like, "You must be tripping." I don't know. I thought that was really funny. The way she delivered it was fantastic. So there was a lot of funny moments in this movie, a lot of funny, quotable, memorable lines. So I thought the comedy was on point. Moving on. I thought the concept of the movie was pretty good. The whole concept of them having exaggerated side effects from the weed that they smoked out of the Evil Bong, like the exaggerated weed side effects. I thought that was great. It was really, I thought it was kind of clever. It was fun and super relatable. I don't like smoke weed really nowadays. It like now like I'm like an old head with it. Like if I take like one hit of weed nowadays, I'm like, this stuff nowadays it's too strong. I'm gonna have a panic attack. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. That's how I am now. I'm an old head now. So yeah, I can't have fun anymore. I can't smoke, but I used to, I used to smoke a little weed when I was like a teenager, and basically, I would get those side effects like crazy, like the munchies. I could straight up smash. Like I could never eat that much I don't even eat that much when I'm sober, but I could smash. The paranoia, I get like crazy. Like if I try to smoke nowadays, like maybe like once a year I'll try to smoke, and like I'll be like, hey, maybe it'll be fun, and then like the day after I'm like, never again, because I get the paranoia the paranoia I get from weed is absolutely terrible. Like nowadays, if I smoke, I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack, legit. Like it's bad. So I know about all that. The whole like falling asleep thing. Sometimes it's like different. Like it used to make me sleepy, but now if I try it, it'll like keep me up and I'll be all stressed. And the increased sexual urges thing, I don't know. I don't really like, I'm not in the dating game too hard right now, so I don't even know. But anyways, I like the concept of the exaggerated weed side effects. I thought it was just a great concept for a sequel, and I think it's very relatable for anyone who's smoked and got some undesirable side effects. Except munchies are kind of desirable because you're just smashing, you're just like going crazy on some pizza, on some cookies, on some ice cream. Like that's not really a negative side effect, but everything else is. So yeah, I thought it was a great concept. And then my last point here, I probably mentioned this in my other reviews for movies in this franchise, but it's so funny. The all these movies have a recap, and people probably think that's silly, but actually, since I haven't seen the first one in like a year, I actually enjoyed it because I totally forgot the whole first movie, so that was cool. But it was funny. It was like 4 minutes long, and then immediately following the 4 minute recap, you had 4 minutes of opening credits. So you have 8 minutes of recapping the first movie and just opening credits before the movie starts, and it's only an hour and 19-minute movie. So I don't know. I just think that's funny. I wonder if they were like if they were obligated for like distribution or something, or like they were contractually obligated to have like a 119-minute movie, so they just kind of like padded it out with opening credits. Probably not though, because they're their own studio. Their movies could be however long, and some of their movies, like especially some in this franchise, are like only like 50 minutes or 45 minutes. But I don't know. I just thought that that was kind of funny, like the super long opening credits, and there's some funny stuff like sometimes when you see an overhead shot of the Amazon rainforest, it's just like an image from Google Images. And that's always funny. Some of the other movies in the franchise, they have these really funny weed transitions. I don't recall there being that many in this one, but they look like they're made on like some free editing software. It just kind of adds to the fun of the movie. It's kind of fun. Like if you seek out this movie, if you're gonna watch a movie called Evil Bong, Evil Bong 2 King Bong, you know what you're getting into. Like you can't. I mean, you can hate on these movies a little bit because some of them in the franchise aren't that good. But if you're going into a movie called Evil Bong, you gotta know what to expect. Like that's why I don't get why people hate on these movies or dismiss them. Like these movies totally know what they are. They're coming from Full Moon. Full Moon Features. They make all these crazy genre films. So, I mean, if people like hate on these movies, they need to get a life. Like you need to, I don't know, you're taking yourself too seriously if you're gonna like try to hate on these movies. I mean, you could, like I said, you could hate on some of them, but I mean, some people are like too uptight, like with, oh, I only watch, these like highbrow, really good movies. I like those movies too. I like, great films that like from a like objective, like from a filmmaking standpoint, from like if you're talking about like the craft of it are good. If you're talking about like objectively speaking, is a good movie. I love like some of the most like well regarded movies. I love them, but people who hate on movies like this, it just like irks me. It's like you can't have fun with like a cheesy, schlocky, fun little silly movie. Like get out of my face. Like we're not hanging. Like get out of town. But anyways, that was the last thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the opening credits, and then I just gotta shout it out too. They got on the opening credits. They had not on the opening credits, but as the opening credits are playing, you have that classic Evil Bong theme song. I absolutely love that theme song. They pretty much have it in all the movies, and I don't know. It's just fun. You put one of these movies on, you hear the theme song, you see like the weed transitions, like they all kind of they really it really feels like a franchise. Like all the movies, even though there are some like casting changes later on, even in this one, and you know the movies get like weirder and weirder. They all feel like one collective franchise, and it's fun. So yeah, shouts out. It's a beautiful theme song, very good. I need to like play it when I'm just doing random activities. But anyways, that was like the last point that I wanted to talk about. So in terms of a recommendation, I would recommend this. I mean, 420 is right around the corner. It's a very festive time to watch stoner movies, and I think this is a fun little franchise. Going in, you got to know it's very low budget. It's very silly humor. Um, you know, it's kind of like lowbrow humor, and it's wacky and weird. But if you're cool with all that, I think these movies are a fun time. They're just chill. They're just chill, fun, something you can kind of like turn your brain off and just have a good time to. So I definitely enjoy them. I would recommend Evil Bong 2 King Bong, aka Evil Bong 2 Devil's Harvest. Check it out. But I mean, of course, watch the first one first. But yeah, if you haven't seen these movies, check them out. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So yeah, now that I gave my little recommendation, I'm going to head on out here. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.